Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. I'm gonna take a break from this 6-liter diesel I'm working on, and we're gonna work on this little 2016 Honda Pilot. It is a V6 automatic, little mini SUV. These things are pretty popular cars. Most people buy them because Hondas have a reputation of being reliable. This one is 91,792 miles. I just drove it, spirited, and got everything to act up, and we have no transmission codes, but we do have misfires in cylinder 2, 3, 4, and 6. We also have a random misfire. We have an invalid data, and the invalid data is probably because the crank sensor's angry because it's not seeing reference. But this also kicked up power steering problem, road departure mitigation problem. What's the next one? Emission system problem, which makes sense with the P misfire codes. It also has a transmission system problem. So this car came to us, it was previously at a dealership, and the dealership wants to sell these guys a transmission because I guess it goes into limp mode, which makes sense. It does go into limp mode, but this car has multiple misfires, and if the engine cannot perform correctly, the transmission cannot perform correctly. So the misfires have to be solved before the transmission is replaced. The transmission fluid looks clean. I'm not seeing any issues with it. I'm not feeling any transmission shift issues. I'm definitely feeling the misfires. So we looked at this car previously, I don't know, a few weeks ago, and we came to the determination that the fuel injectors and the high pressure fuel pump need replaced. And they're like, well, we just had the fuel injectors replaced. I'm like, well, I'm telling you that we've put new spark plugs in it. We moved coils around. The misfires don't, the misfires don't move with coils, and they didn't change with the spark plugs. So that leaves a fuel injection problem or a valve problem, but it runs too smoothly for it to be a valve train problem or a compression problem. So it's got to be the fuel injectors, the fuel delivery. And they're like, well, we just had those replaced. I'm like, well, here's a bulletin. And basically every Pilot from 2016 to 2018 falls under this service bulletin. And the vehicle must have at least 5,000 or more miles on the odometer. And this basically says that there's debris from the high pressure pump or the fuel injector machining process that can cause internal wear or clogging inside the injector. And I'm like, well, if that stuff was in your fuel and it went through your injectors, then it could certainly plug your new injectors. If the injection pump is coming apart internally, it's going to deliver fuel with those parts to the injectors and plug your injectors. My diagnosis for this car is currently, and still is, that it needs a high pressure fuel pump and 6 new injectors, even though they were just done at the dealer. And we provided the customer with that service bulletin, and they went back to the dealer, and the dealership looked at the car and they said, you still need a transmission, but your spark plugs were installed, were not torqued correctly, and you need to have that solved. We're going to charge you for that. And they flushed the fuel system to the tune of $700 and disposed of the contaminated fuel, which in reality is contaminated from the car's own fuel system, if it was even contaminated at all. So they basically told him to pound sand, and they're not going to help him. But I still don't believe there's a problem with the transmission. They want to charge these guys $14 grand to put a transmission in this car, and I don't think that's going to solve the problem. They're going to put a transmission in this thing, and then when they get done putting the trans in it, it still has a misfire? Or what are you going to tell your customer if that's the reality of it? So I'm gonna clear all my codes out. Like I said, I have a P0302, 303, 304, and 306, and P0300, which is random multiple. I'm gonna clear out my codes, see if my system's reset. Then I'm gonna drive it again. We're gonna drive down the road, and I still think this thing needs a high pressure fuel pump and 6 injectors. If there's any Honda techs out there, tell me what you think about these Honda Pilots, because I'm interested to know what the real story is from the dealership side of these things. I mean, this thing's what, 8 years old, so we're going to be seeing a lot of these, it looks like, in the next couple of years. I mean, we've worked on a few, but not a ton of them. Most Hondas are going back to the dealers, except for tires and alignments and brakes and stuff, so we see them for that stuff. But the drivability stuff's always fun to learn the ins and outs. But the TSBs are a very important thing to look at when you're trying to diagnose a unique problem in a car. Let me clear our codes here. So let's clear all codes. I want to do all codes. Back. Clear all codes. Key on, engine off, continue. And this will take a minute. Alright, 24 systems. Everything's cleared. Okay. Code scan. Looks like our warning lights are off. Pre-scan. I have not made any. I don't want to add any more information. No codes. Looks good. Let's see if this girl will fire up. Fires up, no lights, no warnings. Our park insignia isn't flashing. We're still not done loading all the systems, but it looks to be all cleared out. Let's go for a drive. Let me put this on misfires so I can look at misfires while I'm running down the road. Turn on the heat because it's cold today. I think we're supposed to get snow. It snowed south of us today, which is strange. Normally we get hammered by the snow, but it missed us. I think it's snowing south of us today, and it's supposed to snow north of us tomorrow, which means I won't have to plow my parking lot. I'm okay with that. Engine. Data. Misfire data. These little scan tools are not cheap, by the way. Not only do you have to purchase the things, you have to update them. And that gets expensive, especially when you have more than one scan tool. People wonder why it's so expensive to get their cars fixed these days. That looks pretty good. Let's go for a drive. I honestly do not like these shifters. I mean, it's like I'm driving a 1960s Dodge without the coolness of it being a 1960s Dodge. I'm going to put the camera down and drive a little bit, but I will be back with you in just a minute. Oops, that's not the shifter. Driving down the road, transmission shifts just fine. No weird lights. If I hammer on it, I can get it to act up, but that's probably due to the engine misfiring more than anything I'm feeling in the transmission. I'm not feeling that this thing needs a transmission. It's not doing anything funny. I'm not seeing converter shudder. I'm not seeing erratic shifting. It takes off fine as long as it has traction. It'll spin the tires, so it's clearly got clutch grip. Yeah, I'm coming back to the engine has to operate correctly for the transmission to operate correctly, which is definitely part of what's going on here. So I'm gonna give the customer bad news, and basically I think it needs another set of injectors and a high pressure fuel pump, and I think their problem will be solved. Of course, I can't guarantee that it's going to be what repairs it, but I'm pretty confident that is what needs to happen to this car for it to move forward. Or they'll, trade it in, and then it'll be the next guy's problem, which is never a good thing to do. I always like fixing the vehicles. I don't like punting, but I know a lot of people do it. So much construction in this area right now, it's crazy. But I guess that's progress. Plowing under all our prime farm fields. It's alright, we got plenty of farmland that's being paid to not be produced on, right? It's making jobs. It's interesting that it's only 3 of Honda's product lines that had this fuel injection problem. Odyssey, Ridgeline, and Pilot, that must share a unique engine or unique components of the engine that caused the issue. Yeah, I haven't even felt a misfire in this drive, and I drove this thing pretty hard to try and max out the injectors. So I'm probably going to go take it on another spirited drive down the freeway and see if it still acts up. The bummer is that when it goes into limp mode, you're on the freeway doing 70 mile an hour, and then you got to come to a complete stop and shut the vehicle off and clear the codes, which is a pain. Oh, now I'm out of fuel. Dang it. Misfire. It's misfiring pretty good now. Got a wide load up ahead. Alright, well, I'm out of fuel. I don't think I hit it hard enough to set any codes, but I've got misfires in 6, 5, 4. Three's the most. Not too bad. It's better than it was. Maybe I just need to give it an Italian tune-up. No codes. So I didn't get it hard enough to fire any codes again, but maybe I'm getting it to fire those injectors hard enough that they're self-cleaning. They are supposed to be self-cleaning injectors. So I think I'm going to let this thing sit for a little bit. We'll get some more fuel in it, and I'll go out and romp on it some more and see if we can get the rest of the schmutz out of the injectors. But that would be good news for the customer, although I've now spent a couple more hours working on this to try and find a solution that's not a misfire. I don't know. I think I'm about at the end of my goodwill on this one, because it doesn't make sense that it doesn't need new injectors, even though the injectors are new. But the dealer says it needs a transmission. Oh, goodness. Sorry about that. But yeah, the dealer says it needs a transmission, and I disagree. I don't approve of that message. All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap up this Honda Pilot episode right here. It is, to the best of my ability of diagnosing it, it's going to need injectors and a high-pressure fuel pump. To solve the engine misfire, we've put plugs in it, we've moved coils around, and we cannot isolate the problem. So more than likely, we are looking at a injector and high-pressure fuel pump issue. The customer's being told by the dealership that it needs a transmission, and it was a lot of money. It wasn't 10 grand, but it was like $8,000 he was quoted for a transmission that I'm not confident is actually going to fix the car, but that's their choice they have to make. I can only give you the data that I have, and it's the customer's choice to go by the data they're given from the people that they want to have fix their vehicles. He took the vehicle, picked it up. I test rode with him and showed him what I was seeing and why I was recommending what I'm recommending. And at the end of the day, he's taken the vehicle. They're debating on whether they're going to trade the car in, get rid of the car, take it back to Honda. I would probably recommend taking it to a different Honda dealership and having them look at it, because maybe they'll get a different diagnosis from a different dealer. But I don't believe the transmission's the fault that we are trying to chase in this situation. But that being said, people have different opinions on things. It is what it is. So we're not going to do any more work to that car right now. We're going to move on to other things in the shop. Thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, all that stuff. Thank you very much for coming along on the bits we do in the shop here at Lucore Automotive Services in Plain City, Ohio. Have a great day. See you on the next one.